This is a series where my goal is to bring back all the things that are missing from Minecraft content. And it seems the 20 plus other people in this world agree. This is the Better Basics SMP, and welcome to episode 2. Previously on episode 1, I built an old writer's house upon a floating island, which would act as my starter base until I built something a little larger. Thing is, this episode we'll be doing something a little different. Ever since I accomplished my goal of building my starter base, I almost just called it a day. Sitting back and relaxing, bathing in my success. Whenever I went out somewhere, I came back, trekking along the handmade trails to the site of this. Which honestly was amazing. Though, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have been. See, in the other parts of the world, things weren't going just as well as they were for me. Many of the other members hadn't been building and interacting with one another as much as they usually had been, lacking motivation for just these things. Through the coming weeks, I received many letters from the adventurers that I got to know so well from the time I spent in this region. It could have been my understanding of similar things or situations, or just my willingness to listen. For every adventurer who suffered, let me in on their secret. But I wasn't going to just let this stand, fly by as if it was nothing. I wasn't that kind of guy. So I began a quest. If you remember, about a week ago, I met someone who goes by the name Oki, which is about the same time when I met Sed and Frost. And all I gotta say is, us three were planning something. Something that would hopefully bring people back together. Are you guys busy?
I'm not.
No.
Okay, so does everyone want to collect a bunch of stuff and meet in the middle in like 10 minutes?
I'm collecting everything out of my chest that I think will go good in this style.
I began to head to a place very special to me. The place where everything began. And ta-da! It's pretty epic. It's pretty goddamn it. Oh, that's sad. I had arrived at Spawn, a place I hadn't seen in a while. The thing is, our plan to bring people back together didn't come for free. See, there was a cost to all of this. The ancient village that lay deep, resting at the bottom of this crater, longer than anyone in the region could remember, had to be destroyed, torn down before this community project could begin. It was a bitter feeling in a world when people needed me the most. But I found myself almost taken back by this idea. The buildings which I once relied on for resources and shelter were the same ones I was meant to tear down. And for good enough reason? I wasn't so sure anymore. But alas, I brought myself together to do the deed. In hopes for not just a short-term improvement, but instead, a long-term solution. Oh bro, my tool's actually gonna break because I just raw diamond. It's at 160 durability, that's no good.
Oh my goodness, is it enchanted even?
No, it's just raw diamond. In the midst of tearing down the village, soaked by the rain, I found myself being joined by more and more people. And though most of them were actually part of the original project group, they were a little busy when I had started. Sed found his way to the Nether, trying to find another member of the group, Oki.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a field
I'm
trip.
directionally
Actually-
challenged, okay?
Come on, get down here,
my
get down here.
goodness.
We're gonna walk on the path so you can see everything.
Frost was on the grind, trying to get back some gear that he had previously lost, and eventually helped me out. My axe is gonna die. It's legitimately
mine.
gonna die. Oh, actual?
Pass me it.
Yeah.
Pass me it. I got some mending here.
Got some mending.
Oh, it was
continue this way.
unenchanted.
And for Clever, well, she decided to help us out too. I thought about this project for a while after that, thinking about how we could actually bring the server back to life, finally get everyone interacting again. But what happened next was actually really interesting. I had finally realized that what I had been planning for so long was actually starting to work. It wasn't just me or the original group working on it anymore. Other people were intrigued, and not just doing it as a chore, but genuinely wanting to help, including one person in particular.
I don't want to butt in, but
Insane.
can I help you guys with the building?
A seemingly insignificant moment that would end up altering the course of this project entirely. See, the reason 8-Bit came to me instead of anyone else is because we were actually old adventuring buddies. In the past, we would scout for new places and hunt for the very creatures that were argued not to even be real, with success on occasion. It was honestly one of our favorite things to do. I mean, we even used to live beside each other, but, well, that was a long time ago. This time, however, the task was simple. While Sed and the others were getting building materials from the other side of the mountain,
I'm gonna employ one of you as my unpaid worker to help me bring all the blocks I brought down.
8-Bit and I were to find a beacon. Luckily for us though, DPM was actually willing to give us one, free of charge. On the house. On the house? Okay, 8-Bit, come with me. All we had to do was go collect it. And if we really felt like it, you know, buy some of the iron from his store. What is that
Oh,
noise?
what was... Wait, is that the end portal?
No. Surely not. I thought end portal sounded different.
I thought that... I don't know, I thought that was the end portal sound.
Look at that awesome house over there.
Yeah, I don't know, it looks...
Huh?
No, I know that's your house, it looks really nice.
It's the wither. He said it's the wither.
The wither, I didn't know it made a global sound.
I didn't either. Elgang has done a lot. Okay, where's DPM? 19 Whoa! Thanks, DPM.
Oh,
We owe
see
you.
ya.
You could, like, I don't know, buy the blocks from my
Right.
shop for the bottom as payment or something. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Unless someone just has a bunch of spare. Look, the city's got entire walls now. What?
Yeah. I don't know, how much time is DPM spending? Perfect.
Okay, let's go. Quick closing. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I didn't
no.
think we would end up here.
Crashing?
What? There's no way that just happened.
Wait, what? What the heck? It took me a second. How did we end up here?
Alright, let's get back, I guess.
Yeah.
So, how do you think the server's gone so far?
From the 7 hours I've experienced it, pretty good. Oh, this is the fabled shop I've heard of.
Fabled? The shop. A shop built by Sed purely to help out the growth of the server. Now, it held many different stone varieties and types, all for building, of course, but As 8-Bit and I browsed the store, one in particular caught our eye. For all the wrong reasons.
A diamond for half a stack of andesite. This is not cool, man.
That is joke rates. We, of course, decided to leave it for now, though, as we weren't even close enough to being able to justify this as a purchase, and returned to what we could soon call home. Wait, that's a beacon?
No.
I just placed 9 blocks.
Let's go.
I didn't know that worked.
Yippee.
Setting foot back in town, all it did was made me see how it really is. These people had given up their time, their projects, everything, just to help me with mine. See, I am actually the server owner, and I couldn't let it fail. But all this whole experience has really opened my eyes in another way. It's not about saving a Minecraft server. No, not at all. It's about truly enjoying it. Because one day, you'll look back on these times. These times when you realized your best friend turned out to be the exact same age as you. To the very day. When that person spent so much of their time crafting a weapon just to surprise you. Or even just when you were building that project together. Well, you'll wish you were still there. With episode 2 complete, it's now time to move on to the short story. A young boy stood eyes wide open. Is this a dream? He asked himself. Yet stood there, motionless, as if ignorant to the fact that one of the strongest winds he had ever experienced was pushing hard against his face. 1,000 emotions all wrapped up in one. To this very day, it's still exactly how he remembers it all. Despite knowing that most people have a story like this to tell. True or false? They believe it. Now in his 30s, he held the life of a simple man, living off only what he knew how to do, though it could get quite boring at times. Every day of the week, of every month, of every year, was fishing. Every coin he had earned from the past decade or two was thanks to his father's old boat. It was small and janky, and made most of the fishing trips harder than they needed to be. But, well, he never complained. In fact, he usually enjoyed himself. When the weather was good and times were well, he saw himself as one of the lucky few people in this world. His fishing trips were long, usually accompanied by only his thoughts about the future. For all he really wanted to do was become an adventurer. Though he knew his times for this were far behind him. Was it unrealistic or fantasy? He often thought to himself. definitely. But that's what made it a dream. He used to read books about this kind of thing. A boy who explored the world with a group of his best friends. He would read the same books cover to cover, on repeat. Mostly because these kind of books were rare around this part of the world. The writer that had carefully crafted these books only ever came to his hometown once every 3 or 4 years. An utter disappointment in his eyes. But what could he do about it? These books actually meant a lot to him. And for one reason. That day, that time as a child, he swore he saw something unlike anything he had even heard about. What people now call the Lost Crater. And it wasn't just the remnants of it, but how it was born. 1,000 emotions all wrapped up in one. He saw a piercing flash of light and a rumble like no other. That one day he was lost. Or was it just him lost in imagination? Even he was unsure nowadays. The thought of it alone acted, some would say, similar to a curse. One that he couldn't live with, and yet one he couldn't bear to live without. The man often thought about that day, but never remembered how he even ended up in such a vastly different place to his own. For this place was such a lush harmony of plants, his hometown being far from that description. No memory of going there. No memory of coming back. For what he saw that one night wasn't called the Lost Crater for nothing. That was episode 2. Thank you so much for watching. I spent a crazy amount of time making this. I just want to say though, if you did enjoy it, please subscribe. You can watch the unedited footage because I do live stream now. A huge thanks to DatWave for helping me with the short story. And also 8-Bit for being my companion. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next one.